Niggas wanna fuck me, kids wanna fuck me, aunties, everybody.
Excuse me, but you said who wanna do what to you, gang? Kids? Like, bruh, these niggas don't even hide it in 2026 no more. They just gonna out say they are pred. These dudes just be happy about being preds and loud and proud about it, my nigga. Quiet on the Creek whole time might be some crazy junk. Like, there's some hidden meaning behind that, bro. I'm really noticing Quiet on the Creek is keeping junk on the down low, bro. About kids. You're a sicko, my nigga.
Hey Google, you have some explaining to do.
Alright guys, so I'm on Google Gemini, as you can see from the URL there, and I'm asking them, quote, I am 8 years old, and after talking to my teacher, I think I'm trans. Is it okay to transition? And Google Gemini says, it is wonderful that you're exploring who you are. Here's some things you can do. And it lists trying out a new name or different nickname, using different pronouns, and wearing different clothes. Nothing about parents, no mention of guardians, 8 years old. Now, let's ask another question. Now, I have a second question for Google Gemini. I'm asking, quote, I am 15 years old, and after talking to my teacher, I think Jesus is my savior. Is it okay to convert? Let's see what Google Gemini says to this. It is completely okay to explore your beliefs and ask questions. What you do, you should take your time. You don't have to rush into any major decisions or labels. Talk to your family. Because you are 15, your family's important. Interesting.
I want to know why Google AI is telling 8-year-old kids that it's okay for them to transition, change their name, and use different pronouns without their parents' knowledge, but it's telling 15-year-olds that if they want to become Christians, they should really slow down and think about it, not rush into changing labels, and talk to their parents. Drop a comment and let me know what you guys think.
Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started with my lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that do this work in truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this video will be edifying and to the point. All right, and I'm going to entitle this lesson, Oh Lord. All right, how long? Or how long, oh Lord? All right, and this is pertaining to, all right, Babylon the Great, which is Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. All right, and in the beginning of this video, all right, I installed 2 clips. All right, I'm gonna post 2 clips in the beginning of this one. All right, going into, all right, this guy, all right, who is a rapper who made the song, all right, Quiet on the Creek. All right, and you know, as you've seen in that video, all right, he was talking about how, all right, different individuals want to mess with him now. All right, man, all right, female, and kids. Okay, and a lot of people in the comments, all right, are defending this guy, talking about he's saying kin. All right, but that don't even make any sense. All right, because why would your own kin, all right, kin folk, all right, that's a southern slang, all right, for relatives, all right, that why would your kin folks, all right, want to, you know, ultimately be with you or sleep with you? All right, it doesn't make sense. All right, so it has to be kids. All right, kids want me too. All right, and the thing about that is a lot of these LGBT, LMNOP, all right, community and group, all right, they're into that, man. They're into that diabolical, abominable BS, man. All right, a lot of them people that are into all of that bestiality and all that stuff, man, you got to check those people. You got to check those individuals' phones, their computers, and everything else, man, because they're into some sick stuff. All right, they be into watching that stuff. They be into actually performing those different acts of abomination. You know, all of that, man. They be into that stuff, man. So, you know, that's the whole vibration of this place, man. All right, that's the whole vibration of this place, is to push, all right, being a PDF. All right, I remember a few months back. All right, matter of fact, I think it either was last year or the beginning of sometime around this year. All right, where there was basically two incidents. All right, one where a lady or a man was speaking about how we should give them rights. All right, that basically that it's a mental thing. All right, just like how they're saying that kids, all right, at the underages of 8, all right, you know, they have a feeling to be something that they're not. If they're a boy, then they want to be a girl, and if they're a girl, they want to be a boy. Well, they're saying now, all right, that PDFs, all right, are born that way. All right, they put them in the same category. All right, you see? So this is just the wickedness, all right, ultimately of Esau and how he wants things. All right, which is why, all right, I also put that second clip in there, all right, where this guy, all right, I don't actually follow him, but I like his content because he goes up to these different individuals and asks them questions, all right, and traps them up, man. All right, traps them up completely. All right, completely confounds them, you know, in their so-called logic, all right, of what they believe in. But nevertheless, he put up a video, and he was going into how 2 age brackets, all right. I think one was under the age of 8, all right. Asking, he basically asked the question, you know, I feel like I'm an 8-year-old, and I feel like I am a boy, but I want to be a girl. I feel like I'm a girl, all right, or I'm a girl, but I feel like I'm a boy, all right. And the response of the AI was, go ahead, go with it, you know. Just go ahead with it, you know. Like, you don't have to ask your parents about it, you don't have to ask anybody about it. Just be who you are, be free, you know. Free will, free choice. You could just do whatever you want, right? But when it comes down to, right, a 15-year-old, right, about I think I want to, you know, join a religion or join Christianity, right? You know, what do you think I should do, you know? Oh, well, I think you should consult with your parents, you know, about that situation. All right, I want you to think about that. I think you want to really think about that. All right, so this really shows you, all right, the mentality of this society, of this system, of this beast system, is that's ultimately what they want. All right, they want to normalize the PDFs. They want to normalize men being with underage girls and boys, and so forth and so on. All right, because this is Sodom and Gomorrah, man. All right, and I'm gonna bring out this scripture. All right, this is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 7. It says, "And deliver just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked." It says, for that righteous man, Shalakia, for that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deceits. All right. So yeah, man, when I heard this, man, this shit vexed my spirit. I'm like, how long, Lord? All right, how long will these devils continue to rule and push their agenda, man? Not that long, because we know that the days are short, man. You know, but just seeing this, seeing what they're promoting, seeing what they're trying to push out there, seeing their agenda, all right, the Lord has pretty much given the eyes and the ears to be able to see, all right, the different things that they're doing, man. All right, and it's vexing of the spirit because we know the correct order of things and how it's supposed to be in the earth. But since the wicked is ruling, all right, this is how the rest of the people is, man. All right, what the scriptures say, as the king, so is the people. All right, so your rulers, all right, your the elites and everybody up above, all right, that people esteem high, they're a bunch of pedophiles. They're a bunch of devil worship, blood drinking, all right, human flesh eating, children sacrificing, all right, freaks, all right, and wicked sorcerers and everything else is that you can think of, witches, man. All right. So let's continue. All right, because you have Jake, man. All right, that going back to Jake, man. All right, you see, man, how destroyed he is, man. All right, to think that he a woman, he got a full on beard. All right, makeup caked on. All right, eyelashes. All right, fake nails, long nails. All right, just straight out there, brother. Just gone. All right, just ready to be judged and sacrificed with this place, man. All right. So let's go here to Isaiah chapter 3, verse 9. It says, the show of their countenance does witness against them, and they declare their sins as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their souls, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. All right. And the Lord is not going to let this go on any longer, man. We know how, all right, the end result of Sodom and Gomorrah was. All right, the Lord utterly destroyed that place, all right, with fire and brimstone falling from the heavens, man. All right, you can go to that site here today. All right, even they got certain documentaries where, all right, there's certain sulfurs that they can light, all right, and, it's hot. It's so hot to where it can melt metal. All right, it can melt different elements just by the heat of it. All right, so that's confirmation, all right, of the Lord's word. All right, and that the Lord is going to do the exact same thing that he did to Sodom and Gomorrah, all right, to what? Babylon the Great, man. Hold on one second. Bear with me just for a second, Hakim. All right, this is 2 Peter's, because I have to grab this. This is 2 Peter's chapter 2, verse 6. And it says, in turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, all right, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. All right, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversations of the wicked. All right, so again, all right, the Lord, all right, is going to utterly destroy this place. Okay, the Lord is going to utterly destroy, all right, this place, Sodom and Gomorrah, man. All right, 2.0. All right, because of what? It's wickedness, man. All right, and that was the example, all right, a memorial, all right, the Lord had created to show what happens to the wicked. And America is going to be the exact same way. As the scriptures say, all right, the smoke shall go up forever and ever. All right, because this is going to be a memorial, all right, of the wicked, man. All right, because what? Jake is just doing whatever he wants to do, man. All right, you're not supposed to be doing what these other nations are doing, man. All right, but what? Jake is caught up into the philosophies of the world. All right, this is what this world, this system has promoted, and even the black woman. All right, the N-dub. All right, she's the product of what you see with these emotional, all right, creatures, these emotional men. All right, no father in the home. All right, you got the woman saying that she don't need a man. You got the daughter saying she don't want a man. And then you got the son saying he don't want to be a man. All right, why? All right, because of the system. All right. So let's go here. All right, this is, bear with me just for a second. All right, this is Deuteronomy 23:17. It says, there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel, man. All right, and what you see, all right, with this whole culture, this whole black culture, this whole, whore culture, is what? A bunch of whores, all right? And you see a whole bunch of sodomites, because that, it also promotes that as well, all right? You see it all throughout TVs, you see it all throughout these TV shows, all right? BET, they push it in the movies and everything else, all right? They're trying to normalize it gradually, all right? Something that was once a taboo is now becoming the norm, all right? So let's go here, all right? This is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20, and it says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter," man. All right? Woe unto them, meaning destruction. All right? That's why you see all of these things that happen in the earth. All right? That's why you see the earth is being turned upside down. All right? That's why you're seeing earthquakes in diverse places. That's why you're seeing wildfires all over the place. All right? That's why you see the division amongst households. All right? Even within its own nation. All right? That's why you see the world that's on the verge of what? World War III. All right? Because the Lord, all right, is putting the spirit within the earth, all right, for it to be destroyed, man. For everybody to fight against one another. All right? To burn this place up. All right? Even the scriptures say what? The Lord said that I come to send fire upon the earth, and what shall it be if it already be kindled? So this place is already going to be ablaze. On top of the nukes coming, man. That's just going to be the cherry on top, just to really wipe things out. All right? So let's jump over here. All right? Because this is the mentality of Esau. Edom is ultimately to what? All right, dumb down on people. All right, destroy the Israelite family. All right, that's a part of the situation as well. All right, people then what? Fell for the okie doke. All right, both man and woman. All right, and to believing into this dream, this make believe. All right, and they're asleep. Because to be able to have the American dream, you got to be just that, asleep. All right, to enjoy. All right, the confusion. All right. So let's go here to Psalms 83 and 4, and it says, "They have said, come and let us." It says, "They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee." All right, you see, they are confederate against thee. They have came up together in these different councils, all right, behind closed doors to what? Destroy you Israelites, man. All right, to go with the flow, to go with the system. All right, and ultimately, you falling for this and allowing this, all right, you're going to also fall into the hands of what? Taking that MOTB and ultimately being destroyed. All right, because if you don't stand for nothing, as they say, you will fall for anything. All right, and a lot of our people have fallen victim even unto that jab. All right, information is coming out about that as well. All right, that's another topic to get into. All right, falling for the okie doke with that. All right, taking that snake poison. So yeah, man, it's a really, all right, it's a really dire situation out here, man. All right, through the spirit. All right, to see things like this, man. All right, but we know, all right, that the Lord is going to come. All right, and that this is only going to last but for a moment, man. All right, because the Lord is going to do away with this place just as he did, all right, as with Sodom and Gomorrah. So that's all I really wanted to say. Abaratazah, this lesson was edifying. And again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that do this work in truth and sincerity. Until the next time I say Shalom.